Hello and welcome to this presentation entitled The Fastest Path to Patience and Profits. Now you might want to grab a pen and paper because you'll get lots of strategies here that you'll want to execute, because here's what you're going to discover. Who is most likely to become your patient and where they can be found, where the fastest cash surges are, and how you get new cash paying patients quickly and without breaking the bank. Now, just in case you don't know me, I am Catherine Maley, and in case you're not familiar with my work, since the year 2000, I have been writing and speaking all over the world, for that matter, with the cosmetic, especially the plastic surgery industry. And I've been able to bring in over $18 million for our plastic surgeon clients who use us for our done-for-you services. So I definitely know this industry inside and out. And I get asked a lot where I'm based out of, and that answer is Sausalito, California. And in case you haven't been here, it's in San Francisco. You go over the Golden Gate Bridge, you go through a tunnel, and you spill out into this little sailboat community, and that's Sausalito, California. I highly recommend visiting, especially during September and October. That seems to be our summer, where the skies are clear and the helicopter rides are unbelievable. So let's get back to the fastest path to new patients and profits. I'm going to talk about a mind shift here. Most surgeons are focusing on one thing, and that is new patient leads. Now instead, I'm asking you to shift your focus to more paid procedures instead, because more procedures are what brings in your revenues regardless of where they came from, right? Now, this might surprise you, but rather than focus on the latest ninja internet tactic, I'm going to be talking a lot about working with your existing patient base and other internal strategies. Because you're literally sitting on a gold mine this very moment, right inside your patient files. They are your lowest hanging fruit. The fastest and straightest path to developing massive practice growth is to consistently nurture your past and current patients so they stay, pay, return, and refer. The fact is, your patients trust you, they have faith in your abilities, and they like you. It makes a whole lot of sense to proactively market to your existing patients. You're going to quickly find this to be one of your easiest sources of new profits using the strategies I lay out here. Now this means we're not talking about the fastest path to new patients from the internet. And why is that? Because internet stranger patients don't know you, and the majority of them will never turn into revenues for you. They may never show up or convert because they were price shopping, or they were just looking around, or their phone call with your receptionist didn't go well, or they didn't connect with your coordinator, and it goes on and on. Now, before you write this off, I just want you to think about how much time and how much money you've spent building goodwill and trust by servicing your patient base. I guarantee that is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars and countless hours to you. However, you most likely put all of your effort and budget on new leads rather than on those who are most likely to say yes to you again and give you money again and refer their friends. And that's what this presentation is all about. By the way, retention is the new patient acquisition strategy today. They're already pre-sold on you. These patients are not as price sensitive as the stranger patients are. They're more loyal to you. They're more likely to convert to a paid procedure. And that leads to cheaper marketing and advertising costs. If you're not sure about this, just go ahead and look where your revenues are currently coming from. And I don't mean leads, I mean actual cash paying patients. Pull a report called Revenues by Referral Source and see for yourself. The most successful mature practices get at least 65% of their revenues from current patients coming back for more, as well as their word-of-mouth referrals of new patients. Now, as a side note, you may not see that easily in your data because you have different names for the same thing. For example, I'll go into a practice and they have categories called word of mouth, friends and family, and patient referrals. But those are all the same thing, so just make sure you add it up correctly. Here's what I find when consulting with other successful practices. The new callers to their practice often say, "Oh, I found you on the internet." However, When they get to know the patient a bit better, the story unfolds. They oftentimes were told about you from a friend or a family member, and then they went to the internet to check you out. That's just something to keep an eye on. So here are 3 cast surges to focus on immediately. Number 1, increase the number of times a patient visits you. Number 2, increase the amount of money they spend with you at each visit. And then number 3, encourage their word-of-mouth referrals. Now, this is so logical when you think about it because you have patients with endless needs, such as wrinkles, sagging skin, blotchy skin, smaller breasts, they want a flatter tummy, they've got sagging body parts, they have unwanted fat pockets, and that list of needs grows as the relentless aging process continues. So you want to ask yourself, would I rather have a patient one time or for a lifetime? Well, the answer is a lifetime because it costs a fortune to attract that patient in the first place, and it costs close to nothing to keep them coming back again and again. That's where all your leverage is. Okay, I'm going to now lay out a bunch of strategies that are the fastest path to patients and profits that grow your practice organically. Now, we're talking about the fastest path to new paying patients, and those are the ones referred to you from a trusted source. So here we go. So, how'd you hear about us? That is the most important question you ask every single patient calling your office and walking through your door. If you have a word-of-mouth practice, at least 7 out of 10 of the patients should answer with one of your other patients' names. So if a visiting prospective patient writes in a patient's name as the referring source, ask them, may we thank them? If yes, send a handwritten thank you note stating the following. Dear Sue, thank you so much for referring Sally to us. We sincerely appreciate it and promise to take good care of her. Now, every visiting patient should know you want them to refer their friends. So here are some ideas. Use eye-catching, beautiful signage that says, the greatest compliment you could ever pay us is to refer our practice to your friends and family. Your staff could wear lapel pins that say something like, we love referrals, or ask me how you can save $50 on your next appointment. Then, when the visiting patient asks, your staff can offer a word-of-mouth referral card to the patient so they get $50 off their next treatment when they refer a friend. Now, as the patients are checking out for the day, allow the patient to choose a free sample product from your bowl on the counter to thank them for their visit. Then hand them referral cards while saying, Karen, we'd love to have more patients just like you and sure would appreciate you telling your friends about us. If you have a promotion that has them present the special offer in writing or the printout of the e-blast, or they must present the card they received in the mail, allow them to pass it along to a friend. Tell them this saves on paper, helps the environment, and spreads your word to others. So who does your staff know? Each staff person should become a revenue producer using simple word-of-mouth strategies. Let them be your connectors between you and the community. They know a lot of people and they hang in different circles, so let them help you grow your exposure. Have a brainstorming session with all staff to learn who they know, such as friends and family, other staff from other competing practices, hair salons, health clubs and personal trainers, retail shops, media outlets, their kids' schools' moms groups, moms clubs, chamber of commerce, fundraising organizations, hobby groups. Now have them contact these people to learn if they'd be interested in working with you somehow. And I have lots of strategies coming up to help. Or you can make it more fun by holding a friendly staff referral contest once a year. Give your staff referral cards with their name on them so you can track their results and include an expiration date for the prospective patient to respond. Add a nice carrot to the contest to make it fun. The grand prize should be compelling, such as a shopping spree, a flat screen monitor or computer, something that motivates them to participate wholeheartedly. And then you can have more prizes for second place and so on. So you display the prizes in the lunchroom so they see them every day and they try harder to win. The staff person who has the most referred patients visit the office wins the grand prize, and the others can win the lesser prizes. And everyone who participates should get a prize. And frankly, anyone who does not participate should probably not be part of your word of mouth practice. Hold an event specifically for staff and their network of contacts. Call it Friends and Family Night. Offer discounted pricing on treatments that evening only, especially if you want to practice a new treatment or procedure. Staff can have treatments that night at cost or for free if they have a certain amount of people attend. By the way, when you're interviewing people to join your practice, find out how big their circle of contact is. There's a chance they're a beauty blogger, or they have a good following on Instagram, or their own list of clients. Get to know your neighbors, especially if you're in the same building with others or you share the same parking lot. Have your friendliest staff person bring them homemade cookies or high-end chocolates when out introducing you and your practice. Invite them to your office for a meet and greet with you and the other staff members. Now, you can also have a small event for the neighbors in your building. For example, have a luncheon from 12 to 2 p.m. and invite your neighbors. Do this once or twice a year, preferably right before the holidays and one summer barbecue. Give them special referral cards they can pass out to their customers, clients, and patients. Now, most of your efforts should be focused on encouraging referrals from your current patients. Next to your staff, your current patients are your best walking, talking testimonials and most likely to refer you. You need to develop a strategy you're comfortable with, but that also gets your patients to respond. One way to do that is with discounts. However, use discounts strategically. Always have a reason for the discount and include a tight expiration date so they respond now rather than wait. Often, a better strategy is to add more value than to discount your price. For example, buy a series of 4 treatments and get the 5th one free. Another great strategy is to use gift cards towards their purchase. That way, you're not discounting your price as much as you're simply offering them a gift. Having said that, here are strategies that work well in the real world when you're encouraging referrals. Your staff should hand your patients their before and after photos in a note card that says "Thank you for your trust" at their post-op appointment. Your patient now has the option of showing it to their friends. Gift cards are a win-win for everyone. Your patient gets a convenient and unique gift for their friend or family member. The friend gets a fun gift they will love, and you get a new patient from it. Create an eye-catching gift certificate display using a colorful gift bag, tissue, and note card. Have it on the checkout counter with a sign that says, "Need a quick gift they'll love?" Be sure to mention it in your monthly patient newsletter and in your email blasts. Design a pretty 2-for-1 referral Perk card the size of a business card so it's easy to carry around. Give it to your favorite patients so they can share a simple facial treatment with their friend. Since it's 2-for-1, they can go in halves with their friend or let their friend pay and they get theirs for free. They can even come in together. Patient Beauty Bucks. Offer patients points towards their next treatment or procedure when they refer a friend. Keep it simple so it's easy to track, and be sure the patient understands the rules, whatever they are. Now, here's an idea for a patient advisory board. Create your own board of preferred patients you turn to for guidance. Pick your top 20 to 50 patients and invite them to a quarterly dinner you hold at a nice restaurant. Give a presentation on what's new in your practice, and then open it up for discussion on how you can grow your practice with more patients just like them. However, the caveat is they must bring one friend with them who would be interested in your services. These guests are then invited to mystery shop your practice with a $50 gift card or complimentary consultation card and report back to you directly with improvements you can make. They'll feel connected to your practice because they've offered their input and they'll want to help you succeed. Refer a friend promotions. Anyone who refers a friend in a certain month gets their choice of a gift from your retail store. Something like the Revitalash or the eye cream and so on. Now, intimate in-house seminars are a great way to get face-to-face with prospective patients as well as stay in touch with your current patients. The trick is to make it so interesting, fun, and exciting that your aesthetic patients attend your event and they bring a friend. Nowadays, everyone is vying for their time and they have lots of places to be in the evenings, so you must make it worth their while. Invite your current patients and tell them you'll be discussing what's new and exciting in the world of cosmetic enhancement. Aesthetic patients love to know what they can do to turn back the clock. Have drawings for free services, serve food and wine, show a live demonstration, and have a patient or two in the audience you can call on to account their own personal experience. Hold a patient appreciation event that's different from the in-house seminar, since it's more about mingling casually with the attendees and no formal presentation is given. You want prospective patients to see your beautiful place and feel comfortable coming back for services. The crosstalk between your patients and the prospective patients is invaluable. Have your vendors participate and make it a special fun evening with a theme. Serve food and wine and special pricing that evening only. Provide mini demonstrations such as micropenning, skin analysis, and computer imaging. To get patients talking about you, it's helpful to pull out all the stops and make your event truly newsworthy. Here are some ideas. Have a celebrity attend and sign autographs and take photos with the attendees. Have a theme such as summer, fall, or holidays and gear all promotions towards that theme. If it's, for example, your 3-year anniversary, all promotions should be centered around 3. For example, buy 3 and the 4th one is free. Or 3 friend referrals equals 1 free fractional treatment. Or 3 Botox friends equals 1 free area, etc. Offer skin analysis and computer imaging that evening. Friends love to see each other do it, and they love it for themselves. Include a social media area where attendees can post photos and have a big wheel of beauty they spin to win prizes. Get an extra spin for each friend they bring to their event. Just be creative. Now there's the frequent referral program. Reward, encourage, and acknowledge those special patients who offer multiple referrals. Every practice has those patients who just love them. They visit often, they know the names of the staff's children, and they go to you for all their skincare needs. They may live in the same neighborhood, their kids may go to the same school your kids go to, they may go to your health club or whatever. You have a special group of loyal patients who sing your praises all over town. Whenever the subject of cosmetic enhancement comes up, they're the first to jump in and tell everyone what they've had done and who did it and how happy they are. And they can give them your telephone number right now if they have a pen. If they don't, they'll email your name, their telephone number, and address the next day. And they really will do it. That's how much they love you. It's the 80-20 rule. Like everything else in life, 80% of the referrals will come from 20% of your patients. You can help those statistics by going a step further. Implement a referral program for these special patients, but do it with caution. You do not want to get into that game of giving away services if your patients refer a certain number of people. Those patients who are trying to get deals from you by sending in their friends may be more trouble than they're worth. They may send you patients you don't want, or may be in it for the wrong reasons. You want the patients you really like, who are truly ecstatic about you and want to sing your praises to other like-minded patients. Now let's talk about referrals from external word-of-mouth strategies. You can build alliances by networking. The fastest way to grow your database is to tap into someone else's. I've watched surgeons grow their practice quickly with networking. Remember the adage, it's not what you know, it's who you know? Now it's actually who knows you that is so important. You can gain instant credibility and prestige when you're introduced as the aesthetic expert to others, patients, customers, and clients. It also gives you exposure to an entire new group of prospective patients who also have their own circle of friends, family, and colleagues they can refer you to. Start with who you already know in your community, who shares your same demographics of preferred patients. Perhaps you're friendly with the cosmetic dentist down the hall or other non-competing specialties who'd be happy to refer their patients to you. Look at your own group of service providers you frequent, such as your hairstylist, the owner of the gym you work out at, the ophthalmologist who did your LASIK, the retail shops you frequent, the clubs you belong to, and so on. However, before you approach anyone, be sure you have a very good answer to one of the most pressing questions this potential alliance will have for you, which is, hey, what's in it for me? A business customer's list is their number one asset, and they are understandably protective of it. It's their reputation on the line when they vouch for and refer their clients, patients, and or customers to you. So they're looking for assurance you will treat their customers as well as they would and give them a great result. They're also wondering what they get out of this relationship, because it's got to be a two-sided win-win. They have to see the benefits of sharing their list with you, and that obviously means more business for them. Be prepared to answer that question, what's in it for me, because I guarantee that is what they are thinking when contemplating an alliance with you. Now, here are simple strategies to execute with the alliances you do set up. Offer to design cool networking business-sized cards with your photo on them, your services, and a special offer such as $50 off your first visit to get to know us. Now, your alliances can hand these cards out to spread the word about you. It also helps to add disclaimers like not to be used with any other offer and no cash value. You can also buy gift cards from your alliances at a fair price or a discounted rate and then give them out strategically to your patients as a thank you. For example, every patient who spends more than $1,000 with you gets a gift card to the spa or hair salon or gym down the street. Or every facelift surgical patient gets a free pre-skincare treatment from the alliance down the street. Display a really eye-catching customized poster to display in their place of business. Or use a mini pop-up banner or a poster on the wall you can have printed on thick poster board. This gives your alliance an ask me about tool of their own so they don't have to start the discussion themselves. You can also hold an event for both of your databases and their friends who are interested in aesthetic enhancement. Both of you present mini presentations of your services and offer free consultations to those who sign up that evening. Now, a great shortcut to building an email database as well as new patients is to align yourself with another group who regularly emails their database so they can introduce you as the aesthetic expert they recommend. It would be even better if you both had an email database to send to. Now, the 80-20 rule will apply. You'll see that 80% of your referrals are coming from 20% of your alliances. So concentrate on solidifying those relationships and not spending too much time and resources on the rest. But you must nurture these relationships or they die. Keep in touch with those alliances. Be sure they're benefiting from the alliance just as much as you are. Now, these relationships can be tricky since they take balance. Both parties must feel like this is a win-win relationship. So be sure to track results and nurture these relationships. Assign one key staff person to oversee the activities and keep in touch with your alliances. Check in with them often to be sure they have all the materials they need, get an update on how things are going with their own business, as well as with referrals to you. Now, you can also try a corporate incentive plan. The majority of word-of-mouth referrals come from the workplace, right? Now, that makes sense since people spend so much of their time at work with their coworkers. Offer your aesthetic services to your neighboring corporate businesses. Speak to the HR director about offering your services as an employee benefit, and speak with the sales manager to offer your services as a sales incentive. Offer gift certificates to them to make holiday birthday shopping easier, especially to the men who may not want your services themselves, but their wives, mothers, and sisters would love it. Giving back to your community shows you care about others. Getting involved in a worthy cause makes you feel good, and it's good for the community. If you don't have a cause close to your heart and need to find something, think strategically. If you want to be known as the facelift doc in your community, offer your services to domestic violence victims. There are unlimited opportunities to participate in events that are happening all around you. Focus on the events your preferred target market participates in. Or if you want to get into the social crowd in your community, work with the socialites in your area that give considerable time and money to a specific cause and get to know them. Become part of their crowd and they'll be loyal to you and send their like-minded friends to you as well. Offer community events a buddy beauty basket they can raffle off for their silent auction. It's a big eye-catching basket full of skincare products, candles, candy, etc., and it includes 2 gift cards, one for the winner and one for her friend. More people are likely to bid on it when they know they can bring a friend with them. You'll get promotional value, such as a mention in the invitation that's mailed out throughout your community, and you can display your business cards and brochures next to your gift basket. You should also attend the event and connect with as many prospective patients as possible. Host a fundraiser. The next time an organization such as your kid's school asks you for a money donation, offer them something even better. If you have a nice big office, offer to host a fundraiser. You can host a ladies' night out and make it a fun evening of manicures, facials, and computer imaging. You can be on hand to meet and greet your guests and hand out your networking cards. Then follow up with all attendees to encourage them to visit you for aesthetic enhancement. Now here's something to remember. Behavior that is rewarded is repeated. Do not take this lightly. Thanking your patients for referring their friends, family members, and coworkers will make the difference between one referral and many referrals. In my book, the aesthetic patients I interviewed said more than a few times that it wasn't the gift or the freebie they were looking for as much as it was the acknowledgement and the appreciation. They, as in everyone, wants to feel appreciated for going above and beyond, so go out of your way to acknowledge their efforts. Thank your patients who have who have referred you, and don't wait. Write a personal note from you to thank them. Do not use a computer-generated form. Call them yourself to thank them. Thank them face-to-face the next time they're in the office. Send them a little gift of appreciation for multiple referrals, or a big referral that was worth a lot to you. Invite them in for a complimentary peel or micropenning for multiple referrals. Give them a little extra Botox or filler during their next treatment. For fun, you can use $1 million checks with your photo on them that say, "Thanks a million." They'll most likely show this unusual piece to their friends. For your really good referrals, thank them with an experience they will remember. Send a handwritten note and enclose tickets to a play, to a really nice high-end restaurant, or spa afternoon for them and their friends. The point is to thank them while at the same time encouraging new referrals from the friend that has joined them, who can also become your patient. So the point is, if you continually treat your patients well and give them consistent results, they'll feel like family and continue to see you, stay loyal to you, and refer their friends to you. That's how they become raving fans. Patients have to be truly happy and satisfied with the service they receive from your practice in order to refer their friends. So be sure every single patient has a wow experience every single time they're in contact with you, your staff, and your office. This makes it much more likely for them to tell others how great you are, and that's the fastest path of patients and profits. So the next question is, do you need any help implementing these strategies? I know I just covered a lot of material and I gave you many strategies to grow your practice fast, but you may need help implementing these strategies, so I have a resource for you. It's called More Patients Academy, and it's loaded with 16 modules of different topics, and it includes much more detail than what I was able to give you here. In More Patients Academy, you actually get the examples as well as the templates and the scripts. For example, let's say you want strategic in-house signage. You simply go to the How to Grow a Word-of-Mouth Practice module, and it gives you the graphics and the copy to use for in-house signage. Or let's say you want to hold your own patient event, so you watch the module, How to Hold a Patient Event that is fun and profitable. And it gives you the step-by-step guidance along with the copy and graphics to design your own invitation. Or let's say you already do a good job with referrals. However, your staff needs help following up on the consults that did not convert. So you simply have them watch the How to Follow Up After the Consult to Convert, and you get the exact words to say to the patient to get them to a yes. Now, this resource will be with you forever, and it's great for team building and saving you time on the onboarding stage since it helps you train your new hires. Now, here's what Dr. Asasa said. Catherine turned our practice around. We attended her How to Convert More Consultations webinar and implemented her system the following week. We converted more consultations in 1 week than we did in the entire month. Our practice went from a painful 50% no-show rate to a remarkable 85% show rate. Even more impressive was our close ratio, from 35% to 80%, and it's increasing. We would recommend her to any practice that's looking not only to increase their profits today, but sustain a healthy flowing income for many years to come. Dr. Corrado said very succinctly, our consults increase from 40 to 50% up to 75 to 80%. Nice. Paula Millard of Millard Plastic Surgery Center said, More Patients Academy has been well worth the cost. We purchased the program specifically to provide staff training while Dr. Millard is out of the office. I also plan to use it for new employees. It's a cost-effective way to provide ongoing training without having to travel to meetings. Now, in the first module, we had several ideas for things that we could immediately implement in order to improve conversion rates and distinguish ourselves from our competitors. I highly recommend this investment in your practice. Thank you, Paula. And then Stephanie, who's a coordinator, said, Catherine was so helpful to me in learning how to be the best coordinator I could be when I joined this busy cosmetic practice. Thanks to Catherine's training, I increased my knowledge, used her strategies, and my conversions went up enough to now be labeled the converting superstar in our practice. Congratulations. And then Dr. Ross said, Catherine's materials have been eye-opening for me and fascinating. They've helped me understand my patients and how they think, so I'm able to promote my aesthetic services to them effectively and professionally. I now see how important it is to get guidance on the patient's perspective so they say yes to me. Now, you're probably wondering how much this costs, right? Well, that's the best part. I sell some of these modules separately for $4.97 each, and some of these modules you can't even get other than through More Patients Academy. So separately, these practice building modules add up to $7,952. So what I did was I bundled them all together in More Patients Academy, and I charged $19.97 as a combination price. However, since you just watched this training, I'm giving you a special promo code to get More Patients Academy for half the regular price of $19.97 for only $9.97. So you would just simply go to morepatientsacademy.com and put in a promo code HALF, and you get all of this step-by-step know-how for only $9.97. And by the way, there's no membership fee, there's unlimited and immediate access, and it's only one small investment of $9.97, and then you get immediate access for a lifetime membership. So that means no monthly charges. And when you act by Saturday, I'm going to include these 3 extra bonuses. The first one is a very popular module. It's I do all sorts of trainings, and this was a really popular one, the Best Cosmetic Patient Marketing Plan. So I'm going to give that one to you for free. Bonus number 2 is my super popular book called Your Aesthetic Practice, What Your Patients Are Saying. I'm going to give it to you in ebook form so you can read it right away, and that's a value of $24.95. And then bonus number 3 is a strategy call with me, and that's a value of $250. Because I want you to watch some of these modules, and then as questions come up, I want to use our strategy call together to really clear things up for you and give you focus on the most important things you should be focused on to build your practice. So all you need to do is go to morepatientsacademy.com, and the promo code is HALF. So again, to recap, you get More Patients Academy unlimited access immediately for half the usual price of $19.97. You get it for only $9.97, and you also get my 3 bonuses: the free module called the Best Cosmetic Patient Marketing Plan, my free ebook, and then a strategy call with me personally. Simply go to morepatientsacademy.com, put in the promo code HALF, and I will look forward to talking to you. Thanks so much.